The bowling looks solid at the moment. The batting, are you as confident about the batsman? There was a lot of question marks over number 4. Who should play number 4? Is that settled in your view? Shreyas Iyer to go into most games at number 4. Rohit, Shubman, Virat, Shreyas and KL Rahul are your top 5?
Well, Rohit, Shubman, Virat for sure. And then at number 5 also you'll see KL. At number 4 is the debate which is still open, I would say.
Still open.
I think tactically, if you want a left-hander, you can always put Ishan Kishan there. You have Shreyas, who has been very good with spin. So that's the option which they have. And again, what Rohit also was very vocal about, along with Rahul, is that they want to have that flexibility, and I like that thought. So you can actually tactically approach the game. Depending on the form also, you can take these calls. Going in the World Cup, you've seen Bumrah was on the injury list. You've seen Shreyas on the injury list. You've seen KL was on the injury list. So all those boxes are ticked nicely. All those concerns which you had leading in the World Cup, they're actually been addressed very nicely. They've managed that scenario situation very well. Now the playing 11, it's all depends on who is really taking that spot and how the management is looking at it. You just got to back that.
I interviewed another of your colleagues who won a World Cup, Harbhajan Singh, and he said he would pick Surya Kumar Yadav. He said, I want X-factor cricketers to play in a World Cup. And he believes Surya Kumar Yadav has an X-factor that will put the opposition on guard. Would you be tempted to take Surya Kumar, or is it again flexibility, choose him in a particular match against a particular opposition?
He does. I rate him very high. There is no doubt about it. He does possess that X factor. But I'll tell you from the leading up to the World Cup and how things have been moving before that. You've seen Surya batting at number 6. So when Hardik was not taking part in the previous series, you had Surya taking that position. So the plan and the preparation from the team management's point of view, how they are looking at it, is that Surya is going to be that number 6 position more so right now than number 4. So it's going to be between Shreyas and Ishan Kishan, I would say, for that number 4 spot. And it's going to be a tactical call which the management will make.
And then you've got your top 3. Rohit Sharma is arguably, possibly playing his last World Cup, maybe even Virat himself, though Virat could be fit at 40 as well. And you've got Shubman Gill. How good is Shubman Gill? He's down with dengue. We don't know whether he'll play the first game, but he should be there for most of the World Cup. Could he be the new, you've seen Sachin, you've seen Virat. Could Shubman be in that same league? Or am I running ahead of myself?
No, well, look at his year. The year 2023 has been phenomenal year for him. He's been scoring hundreds, double hundreds, across formats, very consistent. I've actually mentioned that, he's going to be the leading run scorer for this tournament. That's the kind of year he's having.
Shubman Gill will be the leading run getter of the tournament.
I mean, he's got the potential.
Yeah.
He's batting in the top order. It all depends on how you set the tone for the tournament. For a batter like him, if the first couple of innings he gets into the World Cup with nice innings under his belts, then it's just going to be a really great World Cup for him. And I will not be surprised if he's one of the leading run scorers for the tournament.
There are those who believe, and you watched him very closely, Rohit Sharma may be not at his prime in the way he was 4 years ago. Is that fair, or do you believe experience matters above all else? Same thing with Virat Kohli. Virat Kohli still runs harder than anyone else in the team. So he seems fitness is not a problem. Or do you think that they need some extra motivation of a World Cup? Rohit's never won one. Virat could be the first to win 2 World Cups, first Indian to win 2 World Cups.
Well, a tournament like World Cup is the motivation, isn't it? Like for all the big players we've seen, also these kind of emotions really get the best out of you. The facts which you rightly put it out there right now, leading in the World Cup, all these questions, okay, when you answer these as a player, it just gives you a whole lot of satisfaction. So the World Cup is that kind of a tournament where all the participants are actually thinking in the similar way that 4 years who knows where I'm going to be. I'm not sure whether I'll be part of another World Cup. Yes, when you're a youngster, you're thinking differently, but the players which you're mentioning obviously will be thinking about this World Cup being the last, and they will be motivated because of that. So I think it's a great sign for a team. And for Rohit also, if you're saying that once you get in the World Cup, you want to save your best performances for this. So that motivation, that inspiration is always going to be there. So is Virat.
I want to go to the big matchup, India versus Pakistan. You know, you played a big match, India versus Pakistan in Mohali in 2011. Now it's in Ahmedabad. India going to, according to you, clear favourites? Are we a much better team than the Pakistanis, or would you say it's a 50-50 battle?
So I would say India is favourites, and I'm not just saying that, the numbers are also backing that. And you know, in front of your home crowd, it's a big stadium, 120,000 people. You know what's happening around the ticketing situation, so you know that is going to be every seat of that and more will be taken for sure for that game. So that's going to create that atmosphere which can overwhelm anyone. And I think that is also one hurdle which Pakistan team will have to cross. So that pressure of the crowd which they'll have to deal with, and the record which is not in their favor, especially with ICC World Cup tournaments. So all that add up, and you're looking at both the teams as well, you know that India will have that edge going into that match.
Because they've got possibly the best left-arm fast bowler in the world at the moment in Shaheen Shah Afridi. They've got in Babar Azam someone who's a top-class batsman. You're saying India advantage, but these are the two people to fear in that game?
Well, with regard to batting, I think they are overly dependent on Babar for sure. You look at Rizwan is another guy who, with the bat in hand, has got a good record. Iftikhar is another guy, I think, you know. So these three will be taking that load of batting department. And with bowling, missing Nasim Shah is a big blow for their World Cup campaign. Shaheen Shah and Haris Rauf is definitely going to be the one to watch out for and be careful of. There is no doubt about it. It's how you set the tone. I think for Pakistan, if they are looking to bowl first, and if these two bowlers are not creating that impact up front, then things can go downhill from there.
I want to ask you, who's your favourite therefore? If you had to pick your 4 semi-finalists, I've been first asking everyone 4 semi-finalists. Pick your 4 semi-finalists for us.
See, I've been saying I'll start with the dark horse. Because see, when you're looking at top 4, most of the guys are saying the same thing. But I think for this World Cup, South Africa to me is looking a decent team.
Okay.
And definitely going to be a dark horse.
So that's your dark horse.
Yeah.
Then
India, England, Australia.
England, despite losing so badly to New Zealand.
Yeah, they had a tough start. But I think they will be able to recover.
Okay, so South Africa as your dark horse, England, Australia and India.
Yes.
So you're keeping the New Zealanders out. Okay. We'll,
and I had actually said Pakistan as my 4th team.
Interesting. So you think the Pakistanis, you could still have a second India-Pakistan semi-final, possibly in Kolkata.
Could be.